Alright, so we got a fresh start for once. It is 5 a.m. and we are on trail. It's actually 10 after 5. So we were on trail at 5, but there's always something to fiddle around with. So it's 5:10 a.m. and we are leaving. I don't know where we're at. It's like a climb out of Harper's Ferry, and we are starting that climb. I think it's the last real climb for a little bit. Weaverton Cliff Road and Weaverton Road. So it's Monday, and feels good to be on trail early. It's like 6:15. Been on trail for about an hour, already got a couple miles in, so it's really hard to take a 00 and then come back out here on a late afternoon Nero, and the heat was so bad yesterday. But today, believe it or not, it's kind of cool. I think it was, I think Thrive said it was supposed to be 57 this morning and the high of 80 today. So really good hiking weather. I think it was like 96 yesterday, 95, 96. So trying to get my legs back after a couple days, and yeah, starting the second half of my hike, or really I'm looking at it as like a brand new hike, and didn't go so well yesterday because I know everybody says hike your own hike, but I come back at 8 a.m. had my friend drive me back really early, hoping to get off trail, and I just you know, it is what it is. It happens, man. Waiting on people, and that's okay, man. But need to get back to just hiking my own miles and meeting people at the end of the night, or you know, at in camp, or if I don't see them, that's okay too. And this is not anybody's fault. It's just came back, seen a few people I haven't seen in a while, and you know, you get to talking and laughing and having lunch and running errands, and so I guess what I'm trying to say is it feels good to be out here at 5 a.m. getting some miles in already, and I got to stop at this shelter up here because I grabbed the wrong trekking poles yesterday. when I got done with my hike, and gotta swap them back out this morning. And I don't know where we're gonna end up. I haven't even looked at the map. So, but I'm gonna work out the kinks in my legs. My hips are real stiff. My ankles hurting a little bit, and they're just stiff, man. 2 days off, 2.5 days off. It's tough out here to step back off, so we're gonna work it all out today. Could be fun, could be a disaster. Stay tuned. I gotta stop here and give Princess back her trekking poles and get mine. Even though I rarely ever use trekking poles, and they're strapped to my pack back there, I only use them on the really big climbs, or actually the really big descents. But I'm not ready to get rid of them completely yet. All right, let's look at this place. My first shelter in Maryland. Oh, kind of cool. A little ladder and a little porch. A privy down there. A little shed. Privy. I guess it's like a shed. Rise and shine, homeboys. Gath's empty tomb. During the 19th century, few people bought burial lots in public cemeteries as we do today. Instead, a small parcel of their own land was usually set aside as a private cemetery. If enough money was available, a mausoleum tomb was often built for certain family members. Gath, concerned with his own burial, built this lonely tomb about 20 years before his death, which came April 15, 1914, in New York City. By this time, his great wealth had dwindled, and the near penniless Gath was buried in a Philadelphia, Pennsylvania cemetery instead of his own tomb as he had desired. Gath's empty tomb mutely symbolizes the uncertainties of life, fame, and fortune, and the uncertainty of death. Gath's empty tomb. Sorry about the lawnmowers. Look at these. Amazing. So I'm in Maryland. I just passed a guy who was going day hiker going southbound, and he told me he saw this big black cat up here, like a mountain, almost like a mountain lion. And I don't know what kind of cats they have up here. Like in Florida, we have panthers, but I don't know if they have bobcats or mountain lions up here. I really don't even know. But he said he saw a big cat up here about half mile ahead, so but keep my eyes peeled. I guess I'd rather see him than not see him. Beautiful out here. A lot of history. Just passing like from Harper's Ferry up to here, I guess. A lot of history. A lot of Civil War stuff, which is pretty cool. I know Gettysburg's up ahead, somewhere in Pennsylvania when you first cross Pennsylvania, so pretty historical stretch of trail. All right, I'm gonna keep hiking. Look for my big kitty. All right, so it's like, I don't know, 9:45 now, and I'm about 11 miles in. So I really need it today too, man. Taking 2 zeros and a Nero, really 2 Neros. Because when I went back to help Thrive, I don't even know how many miles I had, but I didn't get where I wanted to get to, so my legs are like rubber. My ankles really, really bothering me, and in fact, my knees are bothering me, and my hips are really, really sore too. So, I needed to get back into a rhythm. So I feel good about the 10 before 10. Yeah, nice view here. Haven't had many views today. Let's look at that. Weather's beautiful. Sun's starting to peek out a little bit. Near here in Wise Field of the morning of September 14th, 1862, Brigadier General Samuel Garland Jr. CSA of Lynchburg, Virginia, fell mortally wounded while leading his men. Wise's Field. This monument marks the spot where Major General Jesse Lee Reno, commanded 8th Army Corps U.S. Volunteers, was killed in battle September 14th, 1862. Washington County, Maryland. Cardinal. It's rough out here. Just had some trail magic at what's this tent site called? The what? What is it? Dalgree tent site. I think it's mile 1044-ish. So about 14, a little more than 14 miles in. Been here about an hour. Feeling a little lazy after the trail magic, so taking a little break in the shade, even though it's a nice hiking day. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Trail Magic's over there. They made us a quesadilla, which was delish. Had some chips and salsa, some ginger ale. Princess over there picking raspberries. We got caboose under a shade tree. And we got Luke in the bathroom. And you got me with my makeshift pillow. As Hydro likes to say, it's rough out here, man. It's rough out here. Washington Monument State Park. Mount Vernon. Beautiful. Milestones in the life of Washington, 1732. Born Westmoreland County, Virginia. 1749, he was a surveyor of Culpeper County, Virginia. 1753 to 58, officer in the French and Indian War. 1759, he marries Martha Custis. 1758 to 74, member of the Virginia House of Burgesses. 1774, Virginia delegate to First Continental Congress. 75, appointed commander-in-chief. 1776, loses New York to British, declaration signed. 1777, the British occupy Philadelphia, winter at Valley Forge. 1781, the British surrender at Yorktown. 1783, British recognize American independence. 1789. The federal constitution is ratified and Washington becomes the president. (1797) he leaves presidency. 1799 he dies at Mount Vernon. Volunteer villagers of nearby Burnsboro celebrated their Independence Day, July 4th, 1827, by building and dedicating the first monument to the memory of George Washington. Repaired and altered many times over 100 years by patriotic citizens, it was finally restored to its original design in 1934-36 by the Civilian Conservation Corps. This monument, used by the Union Army during the Civil War as a signal station and its surrounding land, was bought by the Washington County Historical Society in 1922 and presented to the state of Maryland for park development in 1934. This massive structure was certified a Maryland Historic Monument in March 1972 and a National Historical Monument in November 1972. Look at that. Washington Monument, Mount Vernon, Maryland.
March 17th. Georgia.
Thank you.